Hey, welcome to Lead Up Podcast. I'm Mike Harbour. Really excited that you've joined me today. This is episode 412, and I'm your host and publisher of the Lead Up Podcast. Hey, we're about to wrap up 2024, and Thanksgiving is right around the corner. It's a holiday that we celebrate here in the U.S. anyway. So if you're in the U.S., I just want to go ahead and say happy Thanksgiving to you. We're going to talk about 3 ways to show your thankfulness for your employees. Now, I don't know about you, but gratitude, I've always said gratitude is the antidote to all of our problems, all of our challenges, whether it be in our personal life or in our leadership life as well. So what I want to challenge you to do is go ahead and grab a pen and paper and get ready to take some notes. I'm going to share 3 things with you that you can begin to implement right now before the end of the year and really begin to build some momentum into your leadership with your team going forward. Hey, before you do that, wherever you're listening, if you're just listening to the podcast, the audio version of the podcast, make sure you leave us a review on that listening platform. That helps us move up the ladder, get seen more, and gives you an opportunity to serve other people in the world. If you're watching me on YouTube, thank you. Make sure you leave us a comment in the comment section of the YouTube channel. These are new. We're doing YouTube videos as well as podcasts. We're going to be doing that with our guests as well, and I'm looking forward to 2025 as we plan what is next. All right, let's dive into what I want to share with you today. This is very, very important. Showing thankfulness for our employees. Now, I don't know about you. I'm a Gen Xer. Thankfulness often came in the form of a paycheck for me. I mean, if I was doing a good job, usually I got paid every couple of weeks as I was growing up as a kid, and that was important because I like to get money. Now, today we live in a different world. We have to learn to lead more effectively. But let's be honest, everybody likes to know that they're doing a great job. Everybody likes to be appreciated. I mentioned gratitude earlier. I want to talk to you about gratitude. If you're interested, you can go back and just jump on my website, leaduppodcast.com, and go to the All Episodes link. And if you're interested in learning more about gratitude and how it helps you as an individual, just search the word gratitude. I've talked a lot about gratitude on the Lead Up Podcast. I also have a video that you can search for on my website. If you're interested, I recorded a version of gratitude for a presentation that I did with another organization, where I talked about how important gratitude is in our own life and it being the antidote for all other challenges. Now, I first want to share this with you. I haven't always practiced gratitude in my life. I haven't always been grateful for the things that I've had in my life. Matter of fact, I used to kind of see the glass half full versus the glass half empty. And when I learned this idea of practicing gratitude in my own life, I began to also practice gratitude in the lives of others. If you struggle with this, if you struggle with gratitude in your own life, you're going to struggle practicing gratitude, practicing thankfulness in the lives of others, and that could be impacting your leadership. Let's look at some things that you can gauge yourself on right now. First of all, when somebody praises you or they say you did a great job, what's your first response? Do you blow it off? Do you say, oh, I was supposed to be that good, I was supposed to do that, that's just part of my job? That's a little radar for you about where your attitude is around this idea of gratitude or thankfulness. One of my coaches many years ago challenged me. He said, Mike, one of the things I want to have you do is when someone recognizes you for something and pats you on the back or praises you, just say, thank you. Thank you. And you don't have to really say anything else, but what you are doing is accepting the gift of gratitude from that individual in your own life versus stealing that gift that they were trying to give you from them. So that's one thing that you can look at. If you're in a leadership role, one of the ways you might recognize whether you're not great at practicing praise or practicing thankfulness or gratitude in the lives of your leaders is, where's your employee engagement? Is your employee engagement on the rise, or is it stuck or stagnant or even low? Where's your turnover at? Are you experiencing a high amount of turnover? Or how about productivity? Where's your productivity at for your team? Are you stuck? Is your team moving up, or are they stuck in being poorly productive in the work that they do, being efficient in the work that they do? These are all things, these are just little signals, what I often call leading indicators of where your gratitude or your thankfulness, your attitude of gratitude may be. So I want to challenge you today. I write about in my book, Quit Losing Talent, the expanded edition. And in my book, there's a chapter that says engaging in tactical praise. So I want to share these 3 types of tactical praise with you. Things that as a leader, we need to be more responsive to. The first one is effort. Effort. We can praise people for their effort. Now, maybe you do that, but here's my experience in working with lots of leaders. They praise people for the results of effort. And if the results don't line up with the idea that I had for my team, if we didn't accomplish the goal, then I may not have anything to praise people about. Maybe we didn't hit our target yet. Maybe we didn't achieve the goal that we wanted to achieve. And so if I'm only waiting for that end result, if I'm only waiting on that goal to praise people, then I don't give people these little micro wins that they need. Now, everybody wants to know they're doing a great job. You say, well, Mike, I give them a paycheck. That's not enough. Not today. We've got to step into this praising people for valiant effort, because they can control their effort. What they can't control is results. People can't always control results, because results are impacted by many other factors, especially if we're working in an organization where we're relying on other people throughout the organization to help us, maybe the economy, maybe other finances or other leaders that aren't cooperative. And so we can't solely rely on the results that we're after. But if you want to continue to see people rise in their engagement, rise in their productivity, begin to recognize their efforts, their micro efforts in getting a job done and done well. What's something else that we can praise? Well, we can praise attitude. Now, you may say, well, I don't have anybody on my team that has a great attitude. Okay, well, first thing I'd say is look in the mirror. Where's your attitude at, leader? What's your attitude like? And do you talk about how important attitude is? Attitude is something that is responsible for the temperature of the team. It's responsible for the responsiveness of the customer. If you ever went into an organization where the attitude of the employees that were serving you was really poor, what's your response to that? You may have gotten the food that you were after, the result that you were after, but it left a bad taste in your mouth, I'm sure. So one of the things that we know that we can control and that our employees can control that you're leading, is they can control their attitude. And so we need to be talking about attitude, coaching them up on what proper attitude looks like, but also praising them, being thankful for bringing this gratitude, this attitude of gratitude into the workplace. When you have an employee that shows up with this attitude of, I'm thankful to have this job, I'm thankful I get to do the work that I get to do today, then it's an opportunity for you to step in and praise that. Now, why is that important? Because what gets celebrated gets replicated. And we want that employee and other employees around this individual that has a great attitude, we want that to be replicated. Now, make sure you grab a copy of my book, because there are 3 forms of toxic praise that we talk about in the book, and one of them is comparative praise. What we don't want to do is say, hey, Sally, your attitude is so great. It's so much better than the rest of your teammates. I wish everybody else had a great attitude like you. I've just failed as a leader because, number one, Sally's looking at the rest of her teammates and she's maybe judging herself against them. And Sally may go share that with her employees. Hey, Mike told me I had a great attitude, told me yours is poor. You need to do a better job. So now we create a gap in our team environment there, and you create a failure in your leadership as well. Now, there's another type of toxic praise I talk about in my book, Quit Losing Talent, the expanded edition, is vague praise. When we think about effort and we think about attitude, we don't want to be vague. Hey, great job today with your attitude. Great job with your effort today. That's very vague. And so what I want to challenge you to do as leaders, when you really think about thankfulness, pull out some specifics around effort. Pull out some specifics around attitude that you can praise them for, be thankful for. Again, if you want to begin to see the attitude of gratitude, the efforts rise, your productivity rise, and you want to see the culture of your team improve, begin to think about these ways, these things that you can praise them for, show thankfulness for, and you'll get a lot more of it. Now, what's the third thing? Well, the third thing is solutions. How many of you would love for your team to be more solution-minded? When they give you an idea, look, not all ideas are great ideas, but when you have employees give you a great idea, be thankful for it. Thank you for bringing that to my attention, Sally. Thank you for bringing that idea. Let's look at it. Let's see how we can make this work. Sally, there's no guarantee that will work, but I'm willing to give you the opportunity to try it. Now again, Sally, you're not in charge here. Make sure you are careful how you go out and begin to implement this new idea with your team, but you have my support. Let's try that idea. Let's just do a little sample size. What we're after here, almost every leader I talk to, they want more people. They want more critical thinking within the people that they lead. So what I'm challenging you to do here is be open to solutions. We don't want to shut ideas down. We don't want to shut solutions down. Oftentimes, that's what's happened when people quit coming to us with ideas, when they quit coming to us with solutions and just only bring problems. It may be because you, leader, have either shut their ideas down or you've given them all the solutions. You don't let them come up with new ones. So I want you to check yourself in that regard, leaders, as you go forward. Now, as we begin to wrap up 2024, we move into this season of celebration, the season of thankfulness, what we call Thanksgiving here in the States. I want to challenge you. All leaders that I talk to, when I'm coaching or doing training, I say, the most important meeting you have is the meeting you have with yourself. I want to challenge you right now, leaders, to go to the store and grab some thank you cards. Just grab some note cards, whatever that may be, for however many employees that you have, and write them a note. Say, hey, Mike, I just wanted to celebrate you before the end of the year. As we step into Thanksgiving, I wanted to say I'm thankful, number one, that you give me a part of yourself every single day. You come to work and you give great effort. Here's 3 things you've done really well in the last year as far as your efforts concerned that's helped us move the department, the team forward. I love the attitude that you bring. When you face tough customers or you face tough colleagues and teammates, you always put a smile on your face and you're very solution-minded, not finger-pointed minded. You're not pointing fingers, but you're solution-minded in those situations. And I just wanted to celebrate you and thank you for that effort, that attitude, and the solutions that you bring to the team. Let's make 2025 a great year. Look, those are three ways: effort, attitude, solution mindedness. I know in my work with leaders and in coaching, they're often trying to figure out, how can I engage my employees more? How can I motivate them a little bit more effectively? This is a simple way. And all it takes for you is to sit down and close your door and have those meetings with yourself and think about each one of your employees and write them a note of thankfulness and give it to them before they step into the Thanksgiving holiday season. I hope this has been valuable for you. I hope you'll take those ideas and share them with your colleagues. Share the Lead Up podcast. Share the YouTube video with your colleagues. Let's all get better together. Let's make next year the year of elite leadership. That's what I'm excited about helping you do. Thanks for joining me on the Lead Up podcast. I hope you'll continue to tune in. We'll see you on the next episode.